From Dallas, Texas, the flash, apparently official, President Kennedy died at 1 p.m. Central Standard Time.
Why are you a conspiracy theorist? And I said, why isn't everybody a goddamn conspiracy theorist?
This is the real research. Literally have an alien base, and they are literally communicating.
I don't have a whole lot of time.
Have you personally had any experience with interdimensional beings?
What we're thinking of as aliens, they have infiltrated a lot of aspects of military intelligence. They are not what they claim to be.
We leave you much that is undone.
That's one small step for man.
There are great ideas undiscovered.
Visit asteroids, visit the moon of Mars.
Remove one of truth's protective layers.
There's a monolith.
They want the major population centers wiped out.
Will you put your left hand on the Bible and swear to God that you walked on the moon?
One giant leap for mankind.
Because we didn't go there, and that's the way it happened.
Those challenges are yours.
We don't have time for a meeting of the Flat Earth Society.
There are places to go beyond belief. Beyond belief.
Hello and welcome to the Daily Conspiracy Podcast. We don't take days off because reptilians don't take days off. Oliver, I do.
Lee, I'm good, right? Man. I'm good. A little bit grayer, but good.
Are you a little bit grey? You had some stress on board today.
Every day, mate.
Every day. It's just the life of Ollie is just.
It's just stress.
Big
yeah,
stress.
It's just, I need like a permanent. Do you remember that? Do you remember the very first stress ball? The one that was in all the shops, and it had the little, it had like a black plastic rim at the bottom, and then it had this pink head with a featureless face, and everybody got it, and it was like a stressy thing. I had one. That was a long way of me saying I had the very first stress toy. I did. I got that.
Stress.
It looked like a
stress toy.
If you bought it now, it looks like one of those sex toys, you know.
So now it looks like a sex. It didn't look like one back then. No.
No, it looked normal then, but sex toys looked normal back then. You know, you just get the classic white.
I don't need it. I don't need it
for her pleasure.
Yeah, I don't need any like stress relieving toys or like things.
No.
Because all I need to do is go, Ollie, how's your mum's OnlyFans doing?
It's doing greatly. I'm glad you asked. Yeah, you know, that inheritance is gonna come in nicely. Thanks, Mum. Fuck you, Lee.
See? I know.
This is why I'm going grey. The weird thing is, I
feel better
for the podcast. I mean, if you guys want to check it out on YouTube, it just seems to be here.
Is it just on one side as well?
It's here. Every so often, I treat myself to a bit of Just for Men, you know, because it just insert. It's just like
they should change the name of Just for Men. They should change the name of Just for Men to Just for Insecure Men.
No, I get why some men might die. You know, if my beard, one of my mates has got a full on grey beard, it looks great, and I'm like, I'd love a full grey beard.
You'll have one day.
But it's starting here, slowly spreading.
Mine's got a bit of class about it. Mine's started.
Exactly. No, this is the only thing that's classy about you. That bit of greyness there. It's in. What's the word I'm looking for? Synchronizing. It's.
Go on, champ. You can do it.
Oh, it's on the tip of my penis.
Oh,
what
you
is
can
it?
do it. I believe in you.
It's synced. Is that the word? No. I can't get out, Lee. It's there. I just can't get it out.
You can do it. I
patterned. The right pattern at the right side. It's... Fuck me, why is this so hard? I'm going to open a can of beer. Fuck me.
Can
you give me the word?
No. As much as I enjoyed that,
unified
to talk to. I mean, it works. It's not the word you were looking for, but
what's the word I'm looking for?
Unison.
I'd have never got that. I'd have been here all fucking day.
Yeah, as much as that was fun, and I enjoy seeing you struggle. All right, I can't move right on my social media timeline. This I spend an awful lot of time looking on Twitter, and looking on YouTube, looking for clips that we can play, looking for things we can talk about, and especially this morning. So like I do the majority of that in the mornings when I'm editing the podcast. So I'm editing the podcast and I'm watching stuff, thinking about what we can talk about in the evening.
Basically what Lee's saying to you people is we have tried to find a different thing to talk about tonight.
Yeah, and I can't. I literally...
It's fucking everywhere.
3i Atlas is the fucking news. The alternative news. You can't fucking escape from it. It's on all of the fucking UFO channels. It's on UFO channels I've never heard of. There was like a 20-minute segment on Redacted that I watched this morning. Like, it's fucking... Like, it's
They
odd.
want us to know about this.
They want us to know about it. That is the perfect way of saying it. Perfect.
I believe that was the second to last final card. An asteroid.
Yes. Well, I mean, see, this is something we don't think about, isn't it? We haven't, like, people always talk about the final card, but we haven't had the second to last final card yet. The cards were communists.
Yep.
Middle East, like Islamic extremism thing.
Yes,
terrorism.
Terrorism, yeah. Which could come in many forms.
Pandemic.
Pandemic, yeah.
Pandemic. Then it's asteroids, aliens.
Yeah. Yes, yeah. They pretty much nailed it there. I kind of think the asteroid and aliens might be the same thing. They might go, it's a fucking asteroid, it's an asteroid, it's an asteroid, it's an asteroid. Nope, no, it's landed. Fuck. Well, it wouldn't be a fuck, would it? It'd be like, oh, thank fuck for that. Now what? They've landed.
Yeah.
Before we get into this, can I just say something about fucking meteorites and all that jazz?
Absolutely.
I was walking through a car park today, and it hadn't been taken care of. It had chunks missing out of it, and it just popped into my head. I said, "Oh, wouldn't it be weird if a fucking asteroid just hit the car park now right in front of me?" And then I just
cheery
thought,
fucker, aren't you?
No, no, I didn't mean like a big one, just like the size of a 2-pence piece or something like that, a quarter if you're in the States or whatever. I thought, wouldn't that be wild? And then I thought, why does that not happen a lot? Why do people not see that?
Well, I mean, supposedly it happens in the Antarctica quite a lot, doesn't it? You get meteorites.
Well, it's going to happen there all the time, and we're not there to fucking see the little bastards.
Yeah, isn't there a thing where they go and collect like micrometeorites from Antarctica?
Yeah.
I don't know. I've no idea, Ollie. I don't know why. I mean, the only time I can really think of something like that happening was, I'm sure it's happened all over the place, but now and again you'll see like a really wild video. Remember that wild video of the people on the boat? And the meteorite goes over their heads?
There's a lot of wild videos of people on boats right now.
Different type of wild. Well, okay. Absolutely different type of wild. But yeah, there's these two people on the boat, and this big fucking fireball just fucking zips over their heads.
I remember the Russian one.
I remember the Russian one exploded.
Yeah, they exploded. It took out all the fucking windows. But yeah, this one's it's pretty wild. This one that they're talking about now, because it is everywhere. I've just clicked on a new YouTube page just to open another link up.
Yeah,
and I've just got 3 of them that I've not even seen.
Yeah,
I mean, fair enough. I may have been
You're looking
searching
for it. Don't get me wrong, but it means it's out there. They've just got images back from Hubble of it, looking very much like a comet, if I'm perfectly honest. Although what I did see is, they kept talking about how it had a tail.
Mm-hmm.
I was looking at this thing. I was thinking,
interesting.
I don't see a tail. Not like the people in the comments were saying, but I mean, chances are it's going to end up being a more thing, isn't it? And it's going to be a space rock. It's going to come. It's going to go, and we live on with our lives. It is weird how these things, like, people say we've only found 3 interstellar objects, and it's all like fucking now. I mean, I suppose it could just be a case that we've only got things to detect them now. But this leads us nicely in to there's a new whistleblower has come forward. Now, this guy, like, said whistleblower, he's pretty fucking shaky at the minute, if I'm perfectly honest, Ollie.
Let me back up.
Right.
How about you shut the fuck up before you back up? And there's no verification yet. It's just a man that's come out with a story. Vetted's covered it. A few other people have covered it. This is his video, so he has like a paper document to go with it. So let's have a listen to what he's got to say.
Let me back up. I have worked at the Pentagon for the last 7 years in data analysis. And last Friday, as I was leaving work like I normally do, I got an email that I wasn't supposed to get. There is another senior officer here at the Pentagon with the same first and last name, but with a different middle initial. And it got sent to the DOD email to me instead of him. And according to policy, I wasn't even supposed to open it, but I did. And I have to share this information with everybody before it's too late. I'll just put on the screen. All right, so I will leave it up on the screen for a few moments so you guys can read it. Obviously, the part that stands out is indicating that some form of contact with sentience has been made. And that
yeah, let's read this document that he's just brought up on the screen. So it's dated the 14th of July, 2025, Washington, D.C. Then it's got a serial number on it. U.S. Department of Defense, top secret, SIG, no foreign. I don't know what any of that means. Interstellar object, high interest assessment, Comet C-2025N1 Atlas. Restricted US to Odin, US
Odney,
SF.
I think it is. Odney.
What?
It's Odney, not Odin.
Oh, is it Odney? I've got my glasses on. It is not Odney, isn't it? NASA OPCEN, Harvard astrologer, Avi Loeb, Galileo project analysis. AT1 display. It displays an unusually high hyperbolic excess velocity around 5 kilometers a second. Retrograde orbit with 5 degrees of eclipse. Trajectory passes Venus, Mars, and Jupiter. Estimated arrival at Pantheon, 29 October 2025. Approximately 1.5 AU from the Sun. Strategic trajectory may facilitate surveillance probes. Probes I can't read that word. Close planetary flybys. sensitive note, an observed blind spot during the approach on the 29th of October 2025 could enable concealment maneuvers to evade detection.
So this is like right round the fucking corner.
Yes.
Ready to fucking spoil Christmas.
We'll know this year. We'll know in a couple of months.
Should I give my kids the Nintendo Switch 2s now?
Maybe might be a good idea. It'd be awful for it to go to waste. Charge them because the EMPs might take the power out.
Yeah, this is exactly what the second to last final card was, and it's almost like
this is what the final card was.
No, it isn't. It isn't, mate. The second to last is an asteroid. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah,
I do have Carol Rosin,
but they're not saying this is an asteroid.
Carry on. Let's see what he's got to say.
Yeah, they're saying this is an alien spaceship here.
At the estimated current approach date of 29 October, obviously I will lose my job once this gets out, and honestly I will remain in hiding for as long as possible just for my own safety. But I didn't feel right knowing this information and knowing the implications for all of us and not sharing this with everyone. So do with it what you will, and Godspeed.
So he's hiding for his own safety, but he's showing his face.
Yes, it doesn't make sense. I'll give you that.
I've just got fucking deja vu there, big time.
What I will say about him is, he's either a really good actor he's under duress. He doesn't.
He seems pretty believable, doesn't he?
It comes across to me. It comes
Look
across
at them
well.
eyes.
I don't know what that means. Do you know what I mean? I don't know whether. I don't know whether I believe it more because of that, but I also I don't think it's the same when people like go for controlled opposition for podcasters or fucking with this whistleblower's line or that whistleblower's line. It's really fucking difficult to lie, you know.
Yeah.
You know, to do it successfully as well. I mean, this is, don't get me wrong, this is like a 3-minute clip. He could have recorded it 100 times and took the best one. That's fine. The proof of the pudding will be when he does an interview with somebody, which will happen, obviously.
What's he got to gain? That's what you got to think. What's he got to gain?
Well, we don't know if he works for the Pentagon, really. Do you know what I mean? We don't know if he actually works for the military. He could have a pretty boring normal life and then come out with a story like this. And then when people say we can't prove this, you go full Lazar and you go, no, I've been scrubbed. I've been scrubbed from the internet. They've taken my my job title away. I'm not getting paid. They've set this up so that makes me look like I'm a fucking pizza delivery boy.
He reminds me of a guy that used to sell me weed when I was younger.
I think he probably reminds a lot of people about the guy that used to sell them weed. But he's selling us a UFO story right now. Yeah, man. Look, he's another whistleblower. They're coming thick and fast these days. What do you think? Wait, what's your first opinion of him?
I mean, he could do with a haircut. But like you say, he sounds very fucking believable. He sounds very genuine.
Mm-hmm.
And at the same time, I've got to ask myself, are some of these whistleblowers, because I don't believe these whistleblowers are doing it for their own fame and money. I don't.
No.
Think,
Do you think some of it's controlled?
I think some of it could. I think they could be being paid doing this as the fucking day job and say, right, now's your time to go to work. You've been training for this for a long time. This is what we need you to do. Or that they are good guys. There's only two outcomes. I hope it's the second one. But at the same time, maybe it's better off being the first one. Do you know what I mean? Let them have their little game. I don't know what they're up to. I do actually have to play in a moment. I do have the Carol Rosin clip because I'm interested to see what. I haven't watched that in a long time, and I think it'll fit very well with the show. Play it now. Okay, I'll bring it up now, mate. Let's bring good old Carol on.
Because I haven't seen this for a long time.
There we go.
Child Industries in 1974 through 77, I met the late Dr. Werner von Braun in early 74. At that time, von Braun was dying of cancer, but he assured me that he would live a few more years in order to tell me about the game that was being played, that game being the effort to weaponize space, to control the Earth from space and space itself. Von Braun's purpose in life during the last years of his life, his dying years, was to educate the public and decision makers about why space-based weapons are a dumb, dangerous, destabilizing, too costly, unnecessary, unworkable, undesirable idea. The strategy that Werner von Braun taught me was that first the Russians are going to be considered to be the enemy. In fact, when I met him in 74, they were the enemy, the identified enemy. We were told that they had killer satellites. We were told that they were coming to get us and control us, the dirty commies, that whole story. First, the Russians were the enemy against whom we're going to build space-based weapons. Then terrorists would be identified, and that was soon to follow. We heard a lot about terrorism. Then we were going to identify third world country crazies. We now call them nations of concern. But he said that would be the third enemy against whom we would be needing to build space-based weapons. And the next enemy was asteroids. Now, at this point, he kind of chuckled the first time he said it. Asteroids, against asteroids, we're going to build space-based weapons. So it was funny then. And the funniest one of all was against what he called aliens, extraterrestrials. That would be the final card. And over and over and over, during the 4 years that I knew him and was giving his speeches for him, he would bring up that last card. And remember, Carol, the last card is the alien card. We're going to have to build space-based weapons against aliens. And all of it, he said, is a lie.
Shit. I mean,
it's hard to imagine.
She pretty much got that. That's fucking. You got the Russians. I mean, you could go back way back from the Russians, but if you go in recent, the last what?
Well, as she said, the Russians were already the enemy when she met him.
Yeah, but then they became the enemy again.
Mm-hmm.
So you got the Russians, you got terrorists, which you got what happened, what Hamas did of recent days.
I don't think these are getting replayed though. What like I think the
no, but if you're talking like really close to end times or close to checkmate, you've got that. You've got the Hamas. You've got.
I think you're looking through this with recency bias, and it's.
I am absolutely.
I think 100%. You need to look at it more broader brushstrokes. So as in the.
But wait a minute.
The Cold War being the Russian
she was
threat.
Talking about what's going on. It pretty much sounded what she was talking about. What was going on in America with immigration and the UK with immigration. It's very West leading this.
No, but when she, I think
she
when
talks
she talks
about the asteroid, and then she talks about the final card, the aliens.
Yeah, I think the better way to look at the everything up to the asteroid would be the Cold War being the Russians,
mm-hmm.
the 90s like for the beginning of the forever wars in the Middle East being the nations of concern. Yeah, what was the other one?
So you had
commies. There was not something about a pandemic in them. There wasn't, was there?
There was a pandemic, yeah. I'm pretty sure she said a pandemic. Yeah, I'll bring it back up again. Here we go.
His life, his dying years, was to educate the public and decision makers about why space-based weapons are a dumb, dangerous, destabilizing, too costly, unnecessary, unworkable, undesirable idea. The strategy that Werner von Braun taught me was that first the Russians are going to be considered to be the enemy. In fact, when I met him in '74, they were the enemy, the identified enemy. We were told that they had killer satellites. We were told that they were coming to get us and control us, the dirty commies, that whole story. First, the Russians were the enemy against whom we're going to build space-based weapons. Then terrorists would be identified, and that was soon to follow.
So you got like 9/11. It's been a lot of fucking terrorism. A lot.
Heard a lot about terrorism. Then we were going to identify third world country crazies. We now call them nations of concern. But he said that would be the third enemy against whom we would be needing to build space-based weapons. And the next enemy was asteroids. Now at this point, he kind of chuckled the first time he said it. Asteroids, against asteroids, we're going to build space-based weapons. So it was funny then. And the funniest one of all was against what he called aliens, extraterrestrials. That would be the final card.
No pandemic in there.
I've got issues with this now, though. So, the way she talked about like the idea of like Russians being a thing, she basically kind of like, especially the way she said, "Oh, the dirty commies" thing. That paints for me her in a like she's putting that across in like a positive Russian communist like spin on it without saying it. But none of those things we built, we were even close to building like space-based weapons for. That was what she was trying to say, was the weaponization of space. Still hasn't kind of happened. Although, for all we know, it hasn't happened. Starlink absolutely could have weaponized space, the amount of satellites they've put into orbit lately. However, what I really don't get is, and it's only just dawned on me this, and it's what made me not believe her. She's saying that Werner von Braun was saying to her that building space-based weapons was futile. We shouldn't be doing it. Stuff. This was the father of the V2 rocket. This was the guy that was building like ballistic missiles for the Nazis. This is the guy that, in order to get his, let's call spade small shovel here, to get his like Jew slaves to work better, he would execute the slowest Jew every morning. Every morning, Werner von Braun would pick the slowest Jew and would execute them. I don't believe this is a man of high moral fiber. I don't believe
Probably
this is...
wasn't.
No, but what I mean is, I don't believe this is a man that will have gone from building weapons for the Nazis to go into the US to build weapons for the US so he doesn't get fucking tried for war crimes. And all of a sudden go, I really don't think we should have space-based weapons. Seems mighty dangerous.
You see, I think this with Carol Rosin is all by design. I know we've said this a few times on the show that we don't understand the long game because people
predictive programming. I'm with you with predictive programming here,
but this could be, maybe they are playing a fucking long game.
Yeah. No. Look, that I'm down with. I will accept that. I'm more than happy to fuck with that as an idea. But the idea that this guy, like, if you look into Von Braun, like, there's...
Mate, he wrote a book in the 1980s. I think it was the 80s, or maybe it was late 70s.
Yeah, this is wild.
About colonizing Mars, and the person colonizing Mars was called the Elon.
Yeah, that was what he was going to call the like the prime minister or governor. You know, like the head
Elon,
of the head of the political system was referred to as the Elon. Yeah,
I mean, coincidence. That's all, Lee.
Yeah,
just a fucking coincidence.
But
just a coinky-dink.
Yeah, I don't. But my point with her story falling apart, or her thing, because you are right. I do think these things get sort of interjected into the conversation, so they're there. And I think this is one of the problems I've always had. I think I said, who did I say this to? I think it was when we had Tony Arterburn on, and I think we disagreed on this.
Oh, wise will.
Yeah. I think I disagreed with him on this because I was saying like I just don't feel like some of this stuff is a human timeline. Humans aren't good at.
Waiting.
We're not just that, yeah. But it's not just we're not good at waiting. We're also not too great at seeing into the future, like where. Like let's say, right, I'm not before I start getting laser controlled opposition, Zionist chill or whatever else I can be this week.
Every single word of whoever said
that. But the this is not Lee like peddling for the Illuminati. Climate change, for instance. I'm not the big climate change guy. Odd that being on a conspiracy show. I'm not the greatest believer in man-made climate change. However, I am introspective enough to go, what if you're wrong?
Mm-hmm.
You know, what if there is something, like what if there is something to the climate stuff, and this is why they're actually trying to fucking thin the herd down, is because they actually do need to try and do something like to protect the future of humanity on this planet, plane, realm, whatever it is.
Well, we spoke many times before they even got destroyed. A lot of conspiracy theories, it would get brought up over and over again. Have you seen the Georgia Guidestones? Have you seen them? You know, that says the population should be X, Y, Z.
That worked as well, didn't it, destroying them?
Yeah, nobody talks about them now.
No, I that really shocked me, because when people were saying, oh, they just want to destroy them so people don't keep referring to them, I'm thinking, bitch, please. There's so many fucking pictures of those things. They were in fucking 8 languages or something like that. So, you know, people are just going to pull the pictures up and they're still going to talk about them, but those things got blown up and everybody forgot instantly.
How many things have been forgotten? Things that we've forgotten. Over
loads.
Time, you know, how many things have they just got rid of?
Yeah.
I reckon our past is pretty fucking wild.
Well, I still go
wilder
back, right?
than we can possibly imagine.
And
still
yet
go
we
back. Can't find any evidence of what went on.
To a video I watched on on YouTube in the sort of heyday, and it was a video of these two guys walking up to the brow of a hill in a forest where they were talking to each other. There was bright blue flashing lights, like when you saw the Transformers blow up in New York, you know, that type of thing, right? That
I remember
electric,
that, yeah.
The electric blue color. And then they got to the top of the hill and there was a huge flash, and then that was kind of the end of the video. And but there was an accompanying news story that came out the day after about how this entire village had disappeared. It was like somewhere in the Amazon or something like that. And this whole there was like a UFO site, and the whole village was gone. Like everything, fucking like residencies, people vanished.
The Hudson Valley sightings, they were glowing blue as well.
Yeah, but I can't. I've never been able to see that video ever again. Never been able to find it anywhere.
No, I think they scrub it. I think they found a way to get rid of the stuff that was already out there. The real stuff that was already out there. I think they fucking flooded it with. I mean, the sheer amount. And you remember YouTube in its heyday. The sheer amount of fucking fake UFOs that were was insane. Like it was like every man and his dog was making fucking UFO videos. I think that was by design, and then they fucking scrapped it all. And lo and behold, what were you left with? You were left with the Tic Tac UFO. Yeah. Everybody was talking about the Tic Tac.
It's really interesting.
And now you've got people with real power talking about UFO. You got, I mean, last night I think it was Tulsi Gabbard went on a podcast, and she was asked about the UFOs. I actually do have a news article from Sky News.
Let me see it, because I haven't seen any of this. I know she spoke about the New Jersey drones.
She does. Spoiler alert: she doesn't say much, but it's enough to pique the general public's interest in this subject. You know, why they want to let your mum and dad, your auntie and uncle, your grandma, granddad, your next door neighbour, you know, why do they want them to know? Here we go.
Finally, I want to ask you about aliens, a bit left field, but Director of National Intelligence Tulsi Gabbard sat down with Miranda Devine on her podcast, Pod Force One, and Tulsi was asked about aliens. You know, are they really out there? This is what she had to say.
So, I mean, is there anything, we've had some declassification of some very strange videos that look like they are, you know, unidentified flying objects. Is there anything in the files that you think you could find or you have found?
Nothing that I'm prepared to talk about today.
So watch this space.
Say what?
Watch this space.
We are I'm just going to say this. Yeah, we're continuing to look for the truth and share that truth with the American people.
CJ, what did you make of this?
Well, as someone who's watched The View once or twice, I would say that was all the proof of extraterrestrial life that I needed. But, it's interesting to see Director Gabbard speak on this issue. And I trust this administration to, of course, get to the bottom of this. I think there are a lot of valid.
I have a public service announcement to any reporters that are doing like anything about UFOs on like mainstream television. When something comes in and they get introduced to do it, if you feel that you've cooked up like an absolute zinger of a joke, just keep it to yourself. Just don't do it, because I guarantee anybody listening to this that happens to be in mainstream media, whatever you're going to say is not funny and it's daft. And I think your mum would be upset if she saw it.
I agree. Completely. Good advice, Lee. Good advice.
Thank you.
Also, he's got a very strange mustache. Is it a mustache? Or is it like drawn on? I don't know, but it's
he looks like he's going to sneeze right now.
He does. Let's get ready.
Questions surrounding this issue. And I believe that this administration will continue to act in the same sort of radical transparency that have gotten them to where they are 6 months post-inauguration.
CJ Pearson, RNC Youth Advisory Council co-chair, thanks so much for joining us on Power Hour. Always great to talk to you.
Good to see you.
You write in your...
That was it. Oh, we got the Don there. The young Don.
She did in that interview, I believe, that in a longer clip, go on to say about the New Jersey drones as well, saying that she saw pictures of them and she looks that she found them really, really strange. She's also slamming hot. Gotta say it, slamming.
You're
hot,
not into
Tulsi
older
Gabbard.
women either.
She's not older. She's 44.
Is she 44? I thought she was.
No. She's only 44.
Yeah. She's doing what she looks good. She looks good. I like the bit of grey that she's rocking.
Stressed that apparently, isn't it?
That's what that is. Me and Tulsi, like, she's got it on that side of her hair. I've got it on that side of my beard. We're match made in heaven.
No, the difference is she's like got a touch
married,
of grey.
I suppose, you know.
She's got a touch of grey. You're a touch gay. They sound similar.
I'm not gay. It's just this bit of beard that's gay.
Yeah. That's just where the jizz lands.
Every time I touch it, I just want to go running in a field naked.
But right now, that being said, though, right, and I've always been a fan of Tulsi before she even got like into the positions into. I've always been a fan of Tulsi. I remember saying when she didn't get the nomination to run against Trump, I think it was, the fucking wildest. The wild thing about it was, I was thinking, well, can we not have her? Can we take her? She could run for anything in the UK. I'd probably move.
Borrow her for like 4 years.
Yeah. It's just you're open to transfer, but unfortunately, there is this to think about, which I'm going to pop up for you.
Just before you play something else, do you not think? I think that's a bit wild what she said. Like the, holy shit, that's wild.
Yeah, it's not ideal, is it?
I mean, she could have, like, the camera was just, get out of my face, you know.
Yeah, there's two camera angles of this as well. There's a camera angle of her stood like this in front of in Washington, and there's another camera angle of someone else was taking pictures of her posing for it. I have searched for it. I have also asked Grok to search for it. And I can find no official address from her about this photograph.
So, for our listeners, she's clearly doing the Illuminati. If you remember Jim Carrey on the show where he puts his tongue through it, she's not putting her tongue through it, but the cleavage is definitely through it.
But it's disconcerting, isn't it? Would you like to see something else that's disconcerting, Ollie?
Yes, absolutely. Every day.
And this is like, there is a reason for this, and I will explain the reason for it in a second. But it's also disconcerting. This is Tulsi Gabbard, World Economic Forum's young global leader. You might remember other young global leaders like Justin Trudeau, Keir Starmer a young global leader, I believe? Or is he just Davos?
I think he just licks Davos's.
Yeah, so the idea of this is that Tulsi came out and said during when the World Economic Forum was getting all its like hassle, she basically said, "Look, I had nothing to do with it. I was just, I was a congresswoman. They make these pages for people. I wasn't there." But it is strange that the young global leaders all managed to get themselves to a position of authority. And Tulsi Gabbard is now no different to that. She is a massively powerful person.
Mm-hmm.
That has depending on how you see the World Economic Forum calling her a young global leader, or having her as one of their young global leaders. The fact of the matter is, it is a high level politician that has a cast iron, like that is still on that page I pulled up, but that wasn't like a archived website or something like that. That's on the World Economic Forum's website today. Like you can go and find it. In fact, I'm almost convinced if you put Tulsi Gabbard into Google search, it might be on the front page of Google that comes up. But that is a tie. That is when people turn around and say, "Oh, they've got ties to the World Economic Forum." That's what they mean. There is a tie there to the World Economic Forum.
Well, I want to play it just again, just quickly, just this bit, for our audience, because I find what she's saying here is such a it's such a cliffhanger for the audience. It makes them want to know more. The way she says this, she could have just said, "There's some stuff there, but we need to look into it more." She doesn't. Listen to what she says.
Anything, we've had some declassification of some very strange videos that look like they are, unidentified flying objects. Is there anything in the files that you think you could find or you have found?
Nothing that I'm prepared to talk about today.
So watch this space.
Nothing that I'm prepared to talk about today.
Mm-hmm.
So she's going to speak about it one day.
Is that what that means?
Enough, I don't know. I need enough people to want it.
No, I mean that can be looked at two ways. The way you're looking at it is absolutely the way you could look at it. That can't talk about it today, maybe someday. Also, it could be like I'm not willing to talk about this today because I'm never going to talk about this.
I think if there's something you really don't want to speak about, I think you could just say, it's interesting. We need to look into it more.
Yeah.
But nothing that I'm prepared to speak about today.
You're right. You are right in what you're saying.
It's a fucking cliffhanger, Lee. That she knew from just saying that on that podcast.
It'll be clipped to death.
It would be clipped to death. Yes.
Yeah, and let's also not pretend that these interviews aren't scripted.
Mm-hmm.
She's not just going into a podcast and getting thrown bombs she's not prepared to bat back. That's the only reason politicians, or 9 times out of 10, have an answer for what's gone on to. Not because they're incredibly well read and up to date on global current affairs and current affairs of the country and current affairs of other nations. Not because they're just so on the ball.
Mm-hmm.
You can just go from asking them about your own financial questions in your own country to foreign policy questions about other countries to different countries' wars and skirmishes, and they're pop answers for everything. It's not because they're just so on top of those situations they can just they can act as an expert on them all. It's because if the interviewer is either given a list of questions they want to ask, or the interviewer has been given a list of questions to ask or given some exclusions.
What if they've all been given a mission, and that mission is, one, we need you to plug a date, 2027, 2032. Plug those dates, right? 2, we want you to plug the asteroid thing. We want you to plug the AI thing. We want you to plug the alien thing. We want you to plug another pandemic. And then let's see what sticks. What's the one that really fucking takes off?
Yeah.
What's the one that hits the world by force? That's the one we go with. Fucking hell, if it's the alien one, we've got some work to do, people, because we're really shit at faking aliens at the minute. Are they, though? I don't know. Maybe they're not anymore. But that seems to be what they're doing. They're throwing a few pieces out there. We talked about the AI thing last night. That guy, the ex-Google guy that I am madly in love with, by the way, he threw 2027 out there.
Yeah.
We're seeing this all the time, and it's from different people. And what was it? We got one of the people I don't know whether to trust him or not. I do like him. I've always liked what he does. I think he makes great documentaries. But we spoke about this last night as well. Corbell, he's clearly warned us and said that they are lying about this alien thing. I don't know what to make of it. I really don't. But we've said this for a while. Something's fucking brewing. Something is absolute, and this is why I totally disagree with Nick from Alien Addict, and I wish I'd have been on that show. Something's fucking brewing. They want us to believe in something. Something is happening, and I have no idea what it is.
No, I don't. Do you want to listen to that Corbell thing again?
Absolutely. Bring that bearded warrior back on.
Bearded warrior. How come that bearded warrior wouldn't come on our podcast?
He might do now. We're probably big enough.
Maybe.
Your government now wants you to know one truth. And that truth is that UFOs are real. They've already done told you. Sometimes when you want somebody to know a truth, it's so you can set them up to believe a lie. And that's coming. I have zero doubt. That lie is coming.
What is the lie?
Specifically, you want me to say it right now, for real? Real? On camera? To be put in the show?
Yes.
Okay. Problem with that. If we tell the lie before it's told, they can adapt. That wouldn't be wise. I'll tell you privately, but I would really think about if you want to put this in your show. For real. That's a real thing I'm telling you. So will you think about it before putting it in your show?
Absolutely.
Okay. So UFOs are real, and they've been here a long time, and that's the truth. But the lie is coming. All indications, like all of them, is that that lie is going to be that there is a craft slowly making its way to us here on Earth. And that is the lie they're going to want you to believe. It's nuanced, how they explain that, the nature of that threat. But that 100% is the lie you are going to be told. You even got a date. People have been whispering a date for a long time now. I know where that lie comes from. I know specifically what document from the 70s initiated the idea of that lie. A classified document. That is the lie you will be told. You're going to be told that there is a craft on its way to Earth. That's the lie. Maybe I'm wrong. I hope I'm wrong. I sent you 2 texts today with a year. Not from me. Nope. I'm not going to propagate that lie. Not going to be part of it. Not going to say it to the camera. Everybody knows. Just start paying attention. And they'll change the date, especially if they see this. Things will change. Because maybe I'm trustworthy. Maybe I'm worthy of your trust. Maybe I've told you the truth the whole way through it. Now you can verify it. If that's the case, then I'm fucking dangerous. You've been told the truth about UFOs for a long time now. It's been pretty orchestrated. It's been pretty clear. And it's using people that are telling the truth and want to tell the truth. Ultimately, they want you to know something. They want you to know UFOs are real. Thank God we're finally there. We're all there now. They want you to know the truth. But why they want you to know that truth now? I hope I'm wrong, but it's terrifying. Think about it. Maybe it's good to get ahead of it. Call it out now before they do it. I'll be called crazy. That's okay.
It's
goose
so
pimples.
prophetic now, isn't it?
Do you know something though? When he said, "I want you to really think about whether you want to put this clip out or not,"
Yeah.
he knew you were going to put it out. He knew. Why would you not put that out? Do you know what I mean?
I agree with you. I do agree with you. However, it's you know, who fucking knows? I really don't know. I really don't know.
Well, to follow that on, I've got and we'll play a little bit of it. We have Redacted is speaking to somebody from I think it's MUFON.
Mm-hmm.
Let me bring this up because this seems to be what Corbell is talking about, and I think everything seems to be all coming together now. So for anybody that's saying there is something, this is bullshit. Sorry. I think like Corbell says, you need to pay attention. Something's happening. I don't know what it is, but let's play this.
You know Jeremy Corbell's comments in early part of the year about being warned about this lie that's being perpetrated. Then you have, Jeremy Corbell's comments in early part of the year about being warned about this lie that's being perpetrated. Then you have Avi Loeb from Harvard and others now saying that this is clearly not this is not natural. This is not a comet. What are you guys at MUFON dealing with on this subject right now? How are you? Can you help us parse this?
Well, MUFON is dedicated to the scientific understanding of the phenomenon. And what we're looking at here is we've got Avi Loeb and we've got John Brandenburg, both of whom I've spent time with and I respect a lot. But there is not a great deal of other opinions that are lining up to promote this as some kind of unnatural item that's coming through the galaxy. So NASA is still billing it as a comet. There are some unusual aspects to it, certainly, but there's nothing definitive that could make us say, yes, we support the idea that this is an artificial craft at this time. But we can't disallow it either.
Yeah, we can't just allow it. But others
we can't disallow it.
Disallow it, exactly. You're right. So then what do you make of Avi Loeb's comments on this? I'm hearing from other insiders and physicists and friends who are saying that this is definitely just a rock. Like, what would be the motivation for Avi Loeb to be saying that this is some sort of an alien tech that's heading our way? Like, what's the motivation? And maybe you could tie this to what Jeremy Corbell was warning us about. Like, what's the motivation for lying to us if it is a lie?
Well, it's interesting. Avi has made his way into the limelight with these kinds of claims. It started with the Muamua that he claimed was potentially an unnatural craft, and then he raised some money and went and pulled magnets across the bottom of the ocean, trying to recover items from under the ocean from a meteorite, which we still don't have the complete data on that yet. And now this new.
Do you remember that? Do you remember the things that he found from that meteorite? That was.
I remember it happening. I remember it happening.
Tiny little balls of like this metallic substance that I think he was alluding to it being something that had been made. I remember doing a show. I think we did a show about. I don't know if you were on that one or not. I can't remember.
I think I was. It was a long time ago, wasn't it?
Yeah, we did cover that though. Yeah.
Phenomenon is something that he's also calling attention to the idea that there's some unusual characteristics about it that could potentially point to an artificial origin. And all of that is perfectly fine. But we do have a history of not claims, because he doesn't claim that this stuff is fact, but we do have a history of him calling attention to things that remain inconclusive. Now, nothing against Avi. I respect his work a lot. And as a Harvard astronomer, took a lot of courage for him to come forward with some of these ideas, and they may yet prove to be true. And then with Jeremy Corbell and what he said about us being deceived by the claim of an extraterrestrial spaceship coming toward Earth, I've been talking to the same people in Washington that he has. I travel in some of the same circles in D.C. And also there's a researcher named Richard Dolan who put out a book and series about false flag operations. And one of them was called Project Bluebeam. The idea that we would be faked out about alien craft coming for the purpose of reshaping society and anything else they could do while they had us under control. Jeremy's kind of espousing that same sort of principle. A false flag operation, in my opinion, is not a likely scenario, because in this day and age, you could have video of a flying saucer hovering over a city. Nobody's going to believe it. They're going to think it's all fake. And so I think if they tell us something's coming, it's going to be because something's coming. And I think that might have a lot more to do with why we're getting this limited disclosure from Washington, D.C., is because there is a time limit on how long they have to get the information out to the public. And so we're dealing with this right now.
What are you hearing about this October 29th timeline? That come October 20, I think it's 29th, maybe I'm wrong about this, something is going to happen. Like we're getting close to, maybe it's some sort of a limited disclosure, some larger scale disclosure. You heard President Trump asked about a couple of questions about the massive drone sightings over the East Coast last year. Tulsi Gabbard says that she's seen these documents, and I think she claims that the veracity of these documents, she can't talk about them, but that they are real. And the fall, right? It's perfect in time for Halloween, right? What do you make of that?
Well, we always get these deadlines and timelines. We had it in 2012 for, a major example. So there's always these times in the not too distant future where something major is supposed to happen. I have not heard anything inside of Washington, D.C., and I talked to a lot of the people that you see on TV, the Congress people involved. I haven't heard anything that says there's some kind of definitive date. Now, that being said, the managers of this information that have been keeping it a secret from people.
Did you notice that? Mm-hmm. Did you notice that he's reading?
No.
Yeah, he keeps looking down at some notes, which you might just have notes before you go on the interview. That's fair enough, but I've noticed him looking down quite a few times, which I do find really interesting when you go on an interview like that, and you've got these notes in front of you on the paper with certain things that they want you to say. So yeah, I just thought I'd point that out.
People for almost 100 years now, they understand that at some point they've got to let the cat out of the bag. But how they do that is up for debate. What we've seen is that since 2017, they've tried to seize control of the narrative and parade out a few select people to tell us a few select facts. Because if the whole truth were to come out in some kind of catastrophic disclosure, the people that would be accountable for the fact that they've hidden this from humanity for all this time, and the potential crimes against humanity that come from, say, for instance, covering up a new alternative energy or covering up technology that could have taken humanity in a whole different direction, these people would have some explaining to do. So what we're seeing is this understanding that they're going to have to tell us something. At the same time, they're trying to protect themselves and their industry partners from what really would be an awful lot of accountability. And we're seeing this play out in Washington, D.C.
Yeah, I think you're right. And I think maybe that's what's going on with the moon politics right now. I want to get to that in a second, because I sit in the camp that, we've had our friend of the show, Ashton Forbes, on multiple times, but others I've spoken to about free energy, that it exists, that we know it exists. Why are we still paying electric bills? Why are we still paying for all of this gasoline? We have teleportation technology, all of these things.
Ashton Forbes, eh?
Yeah.
Shout out to Ashton there. I don't know what to make of this guy, mate. MUFON itself, I don't know what to make of that.
No, I've always believed that MUFON is not kind of like. It's kind of like how I feel about the Freemasons, because I'm sure there's lots of pockets of Freemasons.
How does somebody fucking work for MUFON and make a fucking great living through MUFON? I mean, I know a lot of
like all charities essentially.
Yeah. Well, I've known MUFON researchers. I think I've interviewed one before. A lot of them are just doing it, you know.
Well, this was going to be my point about Freemasons, mate. Is that I think there's a lot of them out there which just go to the lodge, like just do their thing, get some work out of it, do the ceremonies, learn the lines. Perfectly fine, good people. They just go there to get away from the wives. Then I think there's some Freemasons out there that fucking know some shit.
Yeah.
I think MUFON's the same. I think there's like little pockets of MUFON people around that they just love UFOs. They love going out to forests. They love doing UFO hunts and things like that.
Definitely.
On the other side of that, I think you get people like him, which I mean, don't get me wrong. He could be 100% telling the truth, but I think his job is to be there.
Yeah, I find it interesting where he spoke about Corbell, and he almost went into like a debunk mode of what Corbell is saying.
Yeah, it was weird.
Like a damage control.
Because he kind of said, "Oh, you know, I speak to these people in Congress as well, and we vote with it." And it almost sounded like he was going to back him up for a second, didn't it? And then he fell just shy of backing him up. Yeah, that was weird.
He didn't back him up at all.
Yeah, no, but it felt going in like he was going to. But I look, it's wild that the biggest, most well-known UFO researcher in the world, which I think we can fair say Jeremy Corbell is now. It's wild that in January he says this.
It's really changing his fucking tune, that, isn't it?
It's really changed his image as well, I think. Because there was...
I want him back on Joe Rogan. I want Joe Rogan to do a show on just this. What's going on, Jeremy? Where are you getting this information from?
Yeah, I agree.
We've got his email. In fact, you should email.
I've emailed him a couple of times.
Fucking answer back, you ignorant bastard. Love you, Jeremy.
Well, fingers crossed. Again, I'm not going to tempt fate. And
your fucking love-hate relationship that's going on.
Yeah. So fingers crossed we have a guest that's big enough that it's hopefully going to be before the end of the month. That is the type of guest that could drag some people like that on.
Yes, I believe so.
Yeah.
And a fucking legend. So, yeah.
I fucking swear I'm going to be like Tom Cruise in what was the film he did where he was like the investor?
Who's the investor?
Yeah, the Always Be Closing guy.
Are you talking about Tom Cruise? Are you talking about Wolf of Wall Street with Leonardo DiCaprio?
Oh, maybe we think of that.
It's a
that makes that makes nothing to me. It means nothing.
Have you never seen it? No.
It might have been on and I was in the room.
It's actually a really good film, to be fair.
Yeah, it feels like the type of film I'd start watching and I'd get incredibly bored with incredibly quickly.
No, I don't think you would. I don't think you would, but we'll have that discussion after the show.
No, I'm absolutely convinced I would be.
You watched fucking Alien versus Predator last night, Lee.
No, I watched Alien versus Predator this afternoon while I was trying to look for stuff to talk about on the podcast, actually. And the only reason I watched Alien versus Predator...
I watched Alien Romulus last night and you watched Predator and Alien.
Well, the reason I watched Alien versus Predator today was because I don't have a Disney Plus subscription, but I do want to watch Alien Earth next week. So I was cheapskate because I really don't want to give Disney any money. So I still only gave them $4.99. I said, fine, give me 2 minutes of adverts before I watch something, you fucks.
You got me at Alien.
Yeah, you got me at Alien, but I'm not watching it in 4K. 1080p will do, dickheads.
I'm going to watch it on my phone.
The thing is, everyone said, well, why don't you just download it or why don't you stream it from a legal? I just want it easy. I have such little time. I have such little time to do anything. I can't be bothered with all the fucking around. I just want to press a button and I want it to come on the television.
Yeah. Do you know something, mate? We've been when it comes to alien shows, and I do think we have been. It seems to be something that they've always like aliens.
Oh, this is the thing, yeah. And I said to you before
invasions.
In like lifting the curtain up when me and Ollie were like discussing what we could talk about tonight in the podcast. Because I mean, believe it or not, there is some sort of planning goes into this. We both turned around and said, like, can we do another alien show? I'm like, but it's the big thing right now. There's just so much stuff about it. So many people talking about it. And
if that's the thing that's the conspiracy that's hot, that's what we're going to talk about, people.
But it's just the fact. It's just the fact that they want people talking about it. And so it's in that response.
So we should go against the grain, really, shouldn't we?
Yeah, we're going to talk about fucking omelettes.
I love a good omelette. I can make a really good omelette as well.
Does anybody make a bad omelette though? Everyone says
oh, absolutely. I mean, just quickly, right? People make bad omelettes. They cook them far too long, and they go like fucking rubber. You've got to do it when the egg's still a little bit like it's still a bit creamy inside, you know.
Oh, it's gross.
No, it's absolutely not.
Yeah, no, it's gross.
I'm not talking about snotty egg. What I'm talking about is
scrambled egg omelette.
You cook the omelette on one side, and then you turn it as a half. You put the cheese in the middle, you turn it, and then you turn it again, flip it again.
Wrong.
So the inside, you
cook your omelette,
moist like a vagina.
No, have scrambled eggs then if you want scrambled eggs.
Well, to be fair, the omelette is a bit like scrambled eggs inside.
It shouldn't be. It should be firm.
It absolutely should be.
Like a cake. You cook the omelette's bottom, then you put it underneath the. Yeah, but does anybody ever watch Gordon Ramsay make food and go, oh, that actually looks nice?
Yeah.
See that fucking abortion of a burger he made that time?
I didn't see that one.
Oh, it's fucking horrible. And they're fucking wanking over his own shepherd's pie. Get fucked, Gordon. You look like you fucking tried to fucking lick a hand grenade just before it was going off.
That's fair. That to be I think if Gordon was listening to that now, he'd be like, and then he'd go, he's kind of right there.
Right, before we disappear off, we've got some housekeeping to do. Before
Saturday.
Before I ask for stuff, we'll go through because there's a list of things to get through. We'll get with the important one first, so everyone hears it. Ollie and I have some stuff going on over the next 2 weeks, and that will mean that podcasts will be uploaded on Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. That will be the next 2 weeks as there's shit going down. I would also like you to go and give us 5-star reviews. I want us to go vote for us on the podcast awards, the British Podcast Awards. The link's in the description. Saturday is our hangout with the patrons. If you want to get involved in that, get yourself over to Patreon. If you become a free member and then upgrade the free membership to a premium membership, which is $5.99, you will get 10 or 15% off it. There is a numerical value that you will get off your first month. But yeah, the live shows are really good fun. We'll probably have a couple of beers. We'll have a good time. I've thoroughly enjoyed every live show we've done. I think people have done it. We've got some new people that are going to try and show up to the live show that haven't been there before. I'm sure there'll be some old faces that have been for everyone we've done. What we do is we do like a show. We talk about some stuff, interact with the chat, like text chat a little bit, and then towards the last half an hour, 40 minutes of the show, we'll chuck a link out, and you guys can jump on and chat to us properly. So we can all see and hear each other. It's all lovely and wonderful, and we're like a big family, apart from the fact we won't have sex.
I mean, we might.
Shh. Wait till the cult's big enough.
Right, okay.
What have I forgot, Ollie? Have I forgot anything there?
Have you mentioned the podcast awards?
I did mention the podcast awards, that you can go into the link in the description, go to listener choice, vote for us, check the email. We've had loads of votes, and it's been great. I genuinely think we can win it, which is So just keep me happy, make me happy. I deserve it.
Guys, me and Lee, we want to do this as the day job. Only you can make that happen. Because
we can by being fucking incredibly talented and charismatic, but you guys have to be involved as well.
Yeah, you have the power. So give us a 5-star review if you've not done that already. If you are listening on Apple, we fucking love you. Give us a 5-star review. You know, those 5-star reviews, I think, is part of what has made. You know, you've really, really done some fucking damage in a good way to the podcast with those reviews. You really fucking smashed that out for us, and I can't thank you enough. But yeah, people, keep up the good work.
Awesome. We'll see.
Keep winging it.
Yeah, we'll keep winging it. We will see you on Saturday for the live stream. If you are a patron, it's 10 o'clock UK time, so whatever that is your time.
5 Eastern. I'll just say that.
Yeah, 5 Eastern, and then whatever the other time zones are, fucking work it out amongst yourselves. Have a good weekend. We'll see you later.
See you later, guys.
Ollie, say something retarded.
I mean, I said that last night, didn't I? But you didn't let me finish.
From Dallas, Texas, the flash, apparently official, President Kennedy died at 1 p.m. Central Standard Time.
Why are you a conspiracy theorist? And I said, why isn't everybody a goddamn conspiracy theorist?
This is the real research. Literally have an alien base, and they are literally communicating.
I don't have a whole lot of time.
Have you personally had any experience with interdimensional beings?
What we're thinking of as aliens, they have infiltrated a lot of aspects of military intelligence. And they are not what they claimed to be.
We leave you much that is undone.
That's one small step for man.
There are great ideas undiscovered.
Visit asteroids. Visit the moon of Mars.
Remove one of truth's protective layers.
There's a monolith.
They want those major population centers wiped out.
Will you put your left hand on the Bible and swear to God that you walked on the moon?
One giant leap for mankind.
Because we didn't go there, and that's the way it happened.
Those challenges are yours.
We don't have time for a meeting of the Flat Earth Society.
There are places to go beyond belief. Beyond belief.